100. This man needs no introduction, but we are so honored to have our keynote speaker here, Mr. Leroy Allen.
Want me to do it?
Yeah.
Want me to do it? It is such a pleasure and an honor to be in your company this morning. And if we could give Miss Nicole Jones just being the connecting bridge that brought us all together here this morning. Yes. As I was preparing this morning for this time that we now share, I was thinking of my grandson along the way. My grandson is 7 years of age. His name is Jarrell, and he has this very high level of energy about him at 7 years of age. So he and I were spending some grandfather and grandson time together as he was running and playing and expressing himself as children do. He stopped all of a sudden and said unto me, "Granddad, I think I need to take a break." And during the time I was typing, and so I didn't say anything to him. I just kind of looked up at him, glanced at him, smiled, and so he said to me, "Granddad, how come you ain't saying nothing?" I said, "Jarrell, because first of all, I'm not too sure what you have to take a break for." I said, "Because you only have to do 3 things in life. Go to school, follow instructions, and play. That's all you have to do." He looked at me and he said unto me, "Oh." And I said, "Oh." And the only thing that I could think of is, what is my daughter teaching this guy? What is she teaching him? So as time went on, I discovered that based on his instinct, he knew what it meant to reposition himself towards the great. Come on, man. Based on his instinct, which is the message that I want to convey to you this morning. Position to reposition yourself towards the great. Amen. There are times when you and I have to unlearn some things in order to reposition ourselves towards the great. Amen. There are times when you and I have to unlearn some people, some places, and some things along the way. To unlearn some things just simply suggests that you have decided that I'm going to go in another direction. Yes. Right. And that direction leads you to joy, it leads you to peace, and it raises the level of your awareness towards the fact that you are and all things are possible concerning you type of person. Not some things, but all things are possible concerning you. And when you take on that mindset that all things are possible concerning you, you come across to everybody as being an answer and not a problem. And many of us know what those problems are because we help create some of them. But for the most part, you come across as being an answer, which also says that I have value. I have value. And so as entrepreneurs, as speakers, as leaders, it is most important that we communicate our value. Most people try to associate what they don't want with what they want. I don't have to tell you what I want. I have to communicate my value to you. And my value establishes the fact that I am an answer and not a problem. It established that very fact, and it established that very fact without me being in a position or wanting to be in a position that I do not belong in. That I do not belong in. So at the end of the day, I come across with a value proposition that says, even when it is said no to me, a no does not mean no. What it means is that the process has been delayed. Amen. Amen. What it means is that the process has been delayed. So we forget those things that are behind and we press towards the mark of the prize. We press towards the mark of the prize. And the mark of the prize just simply says, come as you are. It says, come as you are. You don't have to make up nothing. You don't have to overextend yourself. You don't have to put yourself in a position where you're considered to be something that you're not. It's all about showing up and declaring that there is more to me than what I see. Has anybody here ever been in a position where you should declare that there is more to you than what you see? Amen. There is more. And when there is more, when you discover that there is more to you, oh, it's on now. It's on now. It's on. And nobody can devalue you. Amen. As it relates to your position, your skin color, your education, because you have been inspired based on self-affirmation. Because there are times when you don't need everybody liking you. You just need the right person liking you. You just need the right person. I recall a time from 2010 to 2013. I was put in a position to reposition myself towards the great through financial hardship. I went 3 straight years with no income. 3 straight years. Not 3 months, not 3 weeks, 3 straight years with no income. You can conclude that my money was so funny. I don't even have to tell you a lie. You can conclude that my money was so funny. And one day I was in the kitchen, and my wife was standing there, and I said to her, "Why are you here?" And she and her graceful self put her leg forward, like Michael Jackson, so did not throw, and said, "I don't know. Go explore." So I decided that I was going to take her advice. I went into my prayer closet and I said, "God, this is that guy, but you're the only one I know that can help me." Yes. Much like Job, I said, "Why hast thou forsaken me?" Yes. God said, "No, I did not forsake you." He said, in a very still voice, "You had to go through that breaking period that you went through because your character had to catch up with your call." You
better preach.
Otherwise, your gift will take you somewhere that your character can't keep. And it was a very solid voice. From that very moment, I was introduced into my title and my passion at the same time, in that very moment. God said, "You are a servant leader," which means that I put the interests of others before my own. And it started with me teaching at more than 21 schools the principles of personal and professional growth and development and financial literacy throughout Baltimore City and surrounding counties. All this I did for free, which means that I put the interests of others before my own. I moved from there to hosting my own financial empowerment seminars. Didn't charge nobody a dime to come, putting someone else's interests before my own. I went from there. I hosted an all-men's conference. There is a king in you. In that moment right there, we had barbers who decided to come and cut men's hair for free on a Saturday. Of course, as you know, Saturday is their money day. We had 6 different presenters that were teaching men. We had 2 comedians who came. Nobody charged me anything. Nobody charged me anything. In that setting, we did not charge not one man a fee to get in that setting. It was there in that moment there that I saw where God had gifted me to take less and do more with it. To take less and do more with it. And it was all about the fact that I had established my credibility. And my credibility was designed to bring me into focus with my destiny by putting the needs of others before my own. And it was a choice that I accepted as it related to God, because I could have went the other direction. I could have went the other direction. And then when I looked at the fact that I could have went the other direction, I knew that that direction wasn't going to work for me unless I became it.
Wow.
And I didn't want to become it. So I decided that there was more to me than what I saw. And when I confessed that there was more to me than what I saw, it was like a new day. It was like a new day, because there came energy, there came refocus, there came passion, and all of those wonderful things that we as people love. All of those things came into play. And so here now today, I'm established with the Life Enhancement Consulting Group. I'm established with the Life Enhancement Coaching Institute. And within the Life Enhancement Consulting Group, we provide training in leadership, sales, customer service, team building, and we have an awesome financial platform that assists emerging and seasoned entrepreneurs with business credit and funding for their business using their EI number and not their Social Security number.
Right.
Come on now. Then from there, God decided that He would allow me to pen a book. So I wrote my first book, The Power of Business Credit, The Transfer of Wealth, Volume 1. If you listen to the duration of my conversation thus far, you heard me say I went 3 years without any income, which for an African American man, and that could be a very tough place to be.
Amen.
Because we count ourselves good as it relates to what we can produce. So that can be a very tough place to be. You heard me say that I went 3 years with no money, no income. Now you're hearing me say, I'm teaching financial literacy. And I also have a book, The Power of Business Credit and Transfer of Wealth. The question always comes to me, how did you go from not having money at all to now you're teaching about money? And you're hosting seminars, financial empowerment seminars. And you have put servantship, which once again is to put someone else's interest before your own. How did you come about doing that? Nothing but with the grace of God. Because in that situation, one thing is for certain, when you are forced to take a lesson, you will you will learn how to live on grace. You will learn how to live on grace, and you will learn real good. My grandmother had this saying, she said, if you really want to know how anointed a person is, check out their ability to take the lesson and move on. Check that out. And that will bring you into close contact with who that person is. And whether or not God really has his hands on them. So I appreciate God for having his hand on me. Because, as I said, if I took another direction, even if it was just as simple as just taking another direction, I wasn't going to take that without becoming what someone else wanted me to become.
That's right.
And God didn't give me that. God said, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. God came that we all would have life and have it more abundantly.
Yes.
And not be afraid to say that and to share it as it relates to us going forward and moving in that special place, that unique place that only God can put us in. Because there are some places that only God can put you.
That's right. That's right.
There are some places that only God can put you. And it's amazing to me, as I stand here right now, everything that I'm saying right now is not a part of the speech that I thought God did.
That's right.
Amen. Come on now. It's a piece of God that just turned this whole entire conversation around. I mean, every last bit of it, he has turned it around. We're just standing here right now. Come on. Every single solitary note that I wrote, moving to this very place, God has turned it around.
That's what he did. That's right.
Because because he has turned the entire conversation around. I don't even know where this came from. I don't even know where it came from. Other than just to say God can do it. So here we go. That's all I know. So, you know, I have to be here and wonder if I did a good job.
I got That's right. That's right.
I just simply just showed up.
That's right.
And God said, move.
That's right.
He said, move. Every single solitary thing. From beginning to end. I didn't expect to say none of it. But this part, I did. Because I got to give a little of myself so that y'all will know that I'm human. That's right. Come on now. Because that's what I've been taught along the way. But for the most part, it is a beauty to be able to reposition yourself towards the great. It is a beauty to be able to do that. And you do that with such style, and you do that with class, so that persons will know that you are an answer and not a problem. You're an answer. And you communicate your value on a day-to-day basis as if as though you are an answer. You're an answer. You are an answer. And so I would ask that everybody would just simply take this with you and repeat after me. Live hard.
Live hard.
Live long.
Live long. And most importantly, live right.
Live right.
Live right.
Live right. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate your time. It's been great being amongst you. And if I can say anything moving forward, just simply just be great. Because can't nobody beat you doing that. Can't nobody beat you. Thank you.